channel. My name is Esther. I am a nail artist and content creator, and today I am joined with a special guest. She goes by Sculpted K, aka Krista. And today we're going to be talking about giving each other credit on our nail art, on if we should, if we shouldn't,
and other people's opinions.
And other people's opinions on the whole giving credit and tagging our fellow artists. Both of us are nail techs, and we think, well, what's your take on it, first of all?
I definitely am on the side that it is important, especially from people that take, hours to create certain things. But there's like a limit. Like, we don't know who started French tip.
Yes.
We don't.
Actually, I did have somebody message me and tell me who started the French tip. Let me look it up real quick, hold on. But he did say there is someone, but nobody gives that person credit, because obviously at one point, yes, at one point your art starts to just be something out there that's been out there for so long, like the French tip, and eventually you're just forgotten, right? It's just a normal thing. Obviously the French tip has probably been around before I was born. I didn't know someone like started that or someone, but eventually people start innovating and making it more cool looking or doing the deeper smile lines. Things start to evolve. Today's topic is pretty much talking about other people's views and perspective on this. Is it important? Is it not important? Is it something that you should look out for? How do people feel when they don't get credited? And why some people may handle the situation in maybe a more irrational way, maybe a way that's not as professional. But we do feel like it is very important to give light to the situation and hopefully help those that do or don't understand. Just kind of voice the opinions of others, because everyone's opinion is valid, because you just don't know what other people are feeling, thinking, or going through, and why they probably react a certain way to like that situation.
Definitely.
Okay, we had asked our following how they feel about this topic. Has it happened to them? How they felt when it did? Have they copied and not given credit to others? Just, we want the tea. Obviously, we're not gonna say who said what, but we are going to pretty much just share like responses. So one of the responses that I got was, once upon a time, it may have been originally, but anyone can play on anything, which is very true.
That's true. I just feel like if it's an exact copy of a specific set, that's where the line is, you know?
So because there's some people that, let's say, post something that someone did, they don't give that person credit, then whoever recreated it from that person, they give them credit.
They give that person credit, yeah.
And there's a lot of people that, I get it, probably don't have the time or care to like look at who did it.
I feel like if it's a constant thing, I feel like I find myself like digging and really looking for that original artist, especially if like the inspo picture doesn't have like a watermark or any kind of indication of who it is. I find myself but just wasting so much time looking for that person.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel it in my heart that I want to find them, because I don't want to like do the not giving credit thing.
Yeah. So if a client comes to you, you make sure you look to see if there's a watermark on whatever it is that they want?
I usually have them send it to me. I'm like, send me that screenshot, and then I'll figure it out on my own. Because there's no point in just sitting there with your client like, wait, hold on, let me find out who this was.
Yeah.
While you're doing a service. So that's where I've worked in a salon before, and in that setting, that was very like, do your work, take a picture, post it. Do your work, take a picture, post it. Do it,
Yeah.
So I understand where some people may not have the time.
Yeah.
I would try to go back, but if I go back and think how many times I've gone looking for an artist, it is a lot of time that goes into it. So my best bet is always just, we should switch this up. There's like a main concept to the idea in the picture, and then let's make our own out of it.
When I first started, I would literally have to copy exactly what the picture said, because that's what my client wanted, and I was still starting out. And I felt like excited to tag others, because I feel like, like Cheyenne Nails, by the way. I did message her to get onto this video, but I don't think she read it because she's a busy girl. But she, for me, was one of the original artists that would get copied all the time and would not get credit. And I would see her express that it really irked her, and I get that, especially starting out, and she's been in the business for a really long time, and why not tag? So for me, I was really excited when I first started to tag other artists that inspired me, that just that were obviously bigger than me, because I want them to see my work, I want them to notice me, I want them to share it if they can. And that's why on my platform I get so excited when people
it felt like
our
joining
work.
Part of the community.
Yes.
It felt like literally communicating with these people.
Yes, I always look at it like how I felt when someone reshared my work when I first started out, like, oh my God, they saw it. And as long as they saw it even for that 1 second, it really made me excited to continue what I was doing. So how I feel on this topic is that I feel like it's very important that we do share other people's work if they tag us. And also I feel like it's a huge privilege that other people are even willing to tag us, and that we should be a little more appreciative of those that do. And that people that don't, we shouldn't really give them as much promotion, as much attention. No one's gonna know until you go ahead and tell everybody else that it happened. You know, like really no one's really paying attention. I know when you're at home and it's just like bothering you and sitting with you, but no one's really knowing what's really going on unless you make it known. So, but we're not also saying that it's not valid to be upset about it, because I've had a situation where someone did a YouTube video on a set that I had created, and a lot of people had already recreated it. But for some reason I was feeling a little sassy, and this will be the last time I ever do something like that. I obviously felt really stupid for doing it. She didn't list my name in the description. I just felt like that's what I would have done, and I had to look through the video to see that she did give me credit. But I didn't look at the whole video. Like that thing was like an hour and a half long. Like I wasn't like, but when I did make a comment about it, her followers and everybody was like, you need to apologize, she did this and that. Honestly, I didn't even go back to read. I totally forgot. I even commented on her video about it, and I felt so stupid. And that's not very Esther. Like obviously we have our moments when we are snarky and we are pissy and you know, we just feel a certain way.
Social media is easy behind the screen.
Yes, but that was my first and last time that ever. And what's so funny is that even before I did that, I also felt like it's okay if someone doesn't tag me. Like it is what it is. It's the name of the game. You put yourself out there and anyone can take it. I mean, Shein stole my stuff and I can't do anything about it. So a lot of people were like, dude, like that's more like a flex. And in a lot of ways I didn't see that. Ask me or even put my name or something. Like, you don't want to pay me, then just tag me or redirect it to me. Yeah, that would have been great. Honestly, anyone can steal your shit and take it from you, and it is what it is, unless you actually trademark your stuff. That's another big topic. If you don't have it, then it is what it is. And then I guess someone on the comments told me that I would have to have it trademarked in China in order to even have it really protected. So even if I had it trademarked here,
it wouldn't even matter.
I didn't really look into it, because honestly at the end I was just kind of like, it is what it is. I bought them, I used them, like it just it is what it is. But we do want to go over some of the things that our followers did tell us and mention, and I just thought we'd share different perspectives.
Okay, so one of the first ones I got is, it's really not that hard to do, especially as a bigger account. I always try and give credit. I think that one's important just because that's usually where a lot of the upset happens, when you're a smaller creator and someone that has the potential to really help you out by sharing the inspo from your original creation. That's where a lot of problem falls. Another big account actually I learned not to care about being credited because it just comes with having a higher following. So those are the two ends of the spectrum. Two people with higher accounts, whereas it's not that hard. And I had to get over not getting credit. Yeah,
after a while of it happening to you.
You can only fight it so much.
Yeah. Also, if you're in your comments or stories or whatever going back and forth with everybody, you're just gonna look messy. Yeah. Eventually you're just gonna look like that girl who just loves the drama. If that's you, girl, then that's you. I mean, go ahead and stand up for yourself, but after a certain amount of time, like I'll follow some girls and they're just on their stories all the time, like all the time, every day. They have a problem with how people sit in their chair and you need to do this, and at one point you need to see yourself from the outside and really see how you give off to people and why people are like treating you a certain way or not tagging you or supporting whatever it is that you want to put out there. Because nobody wants to support someone, so you know, like
you don't know what's gonna hit the wire, you know. That goes beyond giving credit. That goes beyond anything. I feel like I've seen people talk about like original artwork and well, you know, nobody comes up with original stuff, like everything's a replicate, everything's like copy paste, and I understand that there's like an art side, but personally I'm not very artistic. Naturally, like growing up, childhood, like I'm not very artistic. So coming into this job, everybody's like, oh, you must, like, you have all these ideas, and it's been really hard for me.
Yeah.
It's taken.
How do you find inspiration if you want to do something different?
Honestly, it has to be outside. It has to be like nature. I saw someone actually going through magazines, and I thought that was a really good idea. But it has to be something completely different, because if I just look at nails, my instinct is like copy it. I have to draw that line exactly how it's drawn on that picture, you know?
Okay.
So for the longest, I'll just recreate. My clients bring me a picture, and that's exactly what you want. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
And nails.
Do you usually like give inspired by whatever magazine, or? If
I haven't done that. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But I feel like that's my thing. Do you? Like, if you were to do that, if you were to get something off of a clipping or...
Oh, totally. Like, I try not to look at so much of the explore page, although I drown in it because I just love pretty things and I love nails and I'm just super passionate about it. But to study someone else's work, your work starts looking like theirs, and then you start losing yourself, and you're like, do I really like exactly what I'm doing? It's time to post. It's 1 o'clock. But you know, it's like, I forget. I start forgetting what I like, and I start doing what I think other people would like, and then that's when you start like losing your whole get down. You know what I mean? So for like inspiration for me is just, you know, what I want to wear at that moment. Okay. Or like how I feel. Now I just kind of do stuff according to my moods, you know? Like, oh, I love this color and this, and neons are in, and I want to do some neons. You know, would I wear bright colors? I'm trying. I'm trying to. I'm trying. I'm trying, you know, and just, this is honestly the first time I've really played with color on myself like this, okay? So I'm like a little child in an adult's body. But yeah, so it's like, you know, your first time ever, do you remember the first time you ever got like recreated by?
Not really,
no.
to be honest, to be fair. No, I don't remember.
Honestly, for me, it was just like such a crazy thing. When it first started really making a difference in my life was last year. And I just felt like, wow, like that's so cool. And then all over the world.
Yeah, that's crazy when you get people like, oh, hello from Germany.
Yeah.
You know, like across, no, yeah, that's crazy. I don't remember the first time, but like you're saying, for it to make a difference, it's always made a difference. Whenever I see that, I'll try to either follow them back if like because that's another thing. If I don't really vibe with your page, I'm not keen to like
following you.
I have to follow you because you recreated this.
Yeah, I was definitely forced to follow a bunch of people. I was just like, okay, this is ruining my stuff, and you gotta look like you're putting in some work for me to be like, I respect that. Right. Right. Like, I respect the hustle. I'm gonna follow you.
But still, even then, like, now that you do get recreated a lot more often, yeah, it does make it, I don't know, it feels nice.
I love sharing it.
And sharing it, I feel like, interacting with their pages and just trying to get involved with them. We still have to see, like, eye to eye at some level for me to follow you back. Because, do you get that where it's just like, hey, I want you to follow me?
Oh yeah, a lot of people. But you know what, there'll always be that person or persons that will be like, follow me because why not? Right. But it's like, why don't you go ask Kylie Jenner to follow you? Let's see if she does. You know, like, yeah. Why is it okay for them to ignore the hell out of you? But for us, we're like so held accountable for it. Right. Super held accountable for the things that we don't do correctly. And it's like, really, like, we're normal people just like you. And that's why we're doing this video. And I'm going to start doing more videos like this. Just kind of bringing awareness to fellow artists, nail techs, obviously, because we're in the industry of nails. Just like certain topics that I feel like need to be talked about. And if you feel like, you know, we didn't talk about your situation or something, or you want to add to any of this, please feel free to tell us below in the comments. DM me on Instagram. We're always on our stories asking for opinions and help on things, and we want other people to get involved. So if you want to get involved in any hot topics for the future, please DM us and we will talk about it, and what other topics you feel like we should bring up, discuss and all that. That way we can get to it, because that's what I want this channel to be. Just kind of helpful for everybody. I feel like everyone's just kind of just like going with the flow and like learning as they go. In their own little world. Yeah, and I don't, you know, I'm not saying that I know everything about everything, because I don't, but I do want to share our perspectives and our views of things and our problems, right? Like we're all going through something, trying to figure out how to be our own bosses, finances, and how to juggle all this stuff. Yeah, you know, just like taxes. Yeah, and like what's really that important? Like really, is it that important to where you have to shout from the rooftops that is mine and you need to give credit? Or is it more like okay, I see what you're doing and that's kind of hurtful. Do you mind giving me credit? Or in the comments nicely saying like, hey, do you happen to have been inspired by mine? It just looks like mine. A thing that I do a lot is I usually fall upon on my explore page a lot of stuff, at least last year it was happening a lot, and a lot of my nail tech friends would tag me,
would like do it for you, right?
Yes, will do it for me, which I think is great. Thank you so much for doing it nicely. Yes, and I'll still share it. I will still share. If I see it, I'm not tagged, it's okay. And I probably say that now because I am, I'm okay where I'm at. Maybe in the beginning, it would piss me the F off, and then some big person copied me and did not give me credit. Right. I'd be like, dude, like I am trying here. I am really trying here, and you're gonna go ahead and steal it from me and say it was yours. That part I get, because obviously we are in different journeys in our lives, and some of us are still starting out in different places in our career, and we understand why it may be very important for you to get credit, and if it is, make sure you're doing it as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like I see that where I want credit, give me credit, but their stuff isn't credited to anybody else when it is clearly inspired by other people. Yeah. So, and also engage with people in your same industry. It's okay to make friends, and obviously, you know, I can get a little clingy. You know, and I could just be like, and then some other people are just very reserved, which I totally understand. And you just gotta read the signs. feel the vibes.
Yeah, you gotta feel the vibes, you know. But it is a lot of fun to make friends on the internet with people that you share likes and just engage with people, and those that welcome you with open arms. Keep them close, you know. And those are definitely great people to talk to about just anything that you're going through, because believe it or not, they probably have gone through it too.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, people walking out on them, not paying, or you know, I feel like a lot of people are really afraid to talk to each other, and we need to stop that.
Yeah.
And so definitely what I want to do here.
That has a lot to do with it, because I think where I have an issue with it is what you're saying, like when people are blowing up on their stories. And I'm like, I feel like this is a private conversation to be had with the said person. Like if you really have a problem with this, they're doing something that, you know, they're not tagging you, they're not crediting you, you think it's, you know, go speak to them, talk to them. And I feel like what you said, everybody's afraid to talk to each other now. Yes. There's nothing wrong with me being like, hey Esther, did you see the set I did last week? Like it looks kind of like
mine.
It looks like mine. And where do you draw the line of what if you didn't see it? What if you truly
because a lot of great minds think alike, trust me. Like there'll be people on my comments like, oh my god, I have a set just like this but I haven't posted it yet. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like it happens. It really
There's only so many ways
happen.
You can swirl a line.
Yeah, when the damn swirl is on the same finger and this is over here, exactly. I get that point. Like,
I understand carbon copies, but I don't know.
Yeah, coincidences happen. Not a lot, but they do. I feel like talking to one another in the most professional and compassionate way will move way more mountains and just, you know, create a different environment for you than just spewing all this like aggressive hate towards one another, because we are all trying to make it. We are just we're trying. We are fucking trying here. Is there any other responses that you had that maybe you want to bring up?
It's tricky because so many people copy without credit. So by the time I see it, I don't know who was the original artist. This one, I think blocking someone for not giving credit to your work is a bit dramatic.
Yeah, and
it can be. It can be. Again, what we're saying, talk to one another, try to get your point across. And privately, or even in the comments, just something nice. But there are people really who don't see the importance of this altogether.
I do know someone who would work back to back. like salon style, where like every hour or hour and a half she would have someone, and it would be a photo from Pinterest or whatever that the client would share with her. Yes, and Pinterest is another thing. That's another topic. There's really no
names
on that. Yes, and so she would just put inspo, you know, or other people would put, it's an inspired set, tag below.
That's what I do.
You know what I mean?
If I'm doing something.
If you know who it is, which is way better than just not saying anything at all.
Have you ever had a bad experience with that?
No. Like me copying someone? No. It just depends how like gung-ho you are about art.
Yeah.
When you are just one of those people who spend hours on your art, you really find the time and energy to tag others and to communicate with other artists and all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, for me, I was just like, it's very important to tag if I, you know.
Yeah.
I was excited.
No, I agree. But I had a picture who, I didn't know who it was. It didn't have a watermark. It was a really close-up shot, because later I found out it did have a watermark, but the client had brought me, you know, like the first 3 nails, like zoomed in. So that's not what I had. So I remember putting in the caption, you know, inspo unknown, please if you know the artist. Tag them, I'd love to add them to my description. And I had 3 people come and comment this person's @name. I was like, oh awesome, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the caption, the heart emoji, whatever. The reason, later I found out the reason why these 3 people tagged me is because this artist actually shared it on her story. She was not
popping off.
She was not one to pop off, but I still followed her. I followed her after that. I was like, oh well, I didn't mean any harm by it. So I put her in the caption. She liked everybody's comment except the one that I said, oh, I'm gonna add you to my caption. So I knew she had, you know, it's okay. So I followed her. I really like her art. Later on, once I saw her, how she posted other people that didn't give her credit, she would just post like the picture and like throwing up emojis and stuff like that. So it wasn't aggressive, but it was just like,
it was immature.
And I was just like, dang, like I really didn't mean
anything by it. I just really didn't know, you know.
And it was one of those art pieces that there's not many ways you can swing it. Like oh, let's do something different. Then you change exactly what it is. It was one character with specific colors, and those are the colors they wanted. That would be the only thing you could probably mess with. There was no changing it. Yeah. Eventually we got to talking, and she's nice, like we're good, but it took her a really long time to follow me back. It took her a really long time.
Some people just need time to process it. It's okay. It's okay to feel upset. We're not saying that, oh, you shouldn't. Definitely stick up for yourself when you feel like you should. But trust me, there are way more other things that you should be mad about than that. Like brands not paying you for your content, or thinking it's okay to send you 2 bottles of gel polish for all sorts of promotion and videos and yes, and things like that. There are just other topics we will get into that we feel are very important. And the reason why I wanted to do this video first was to bring attention to this, and as fellow nail techs like you, if you are aspiring or are one or have been one, we understand that there are things that have existed way before our time, before we even thought about doing nails. But we would like to make a difference in a positive way, where if you care about it done to you, then make sure that you're doing it as well. And just be nice to each other. Be kinder to each other, because we are all going through something. And if you're just like, hey, you know, what the fuck, bitch, you da-da-da-da-da, like that's mine in the comments, I get that. We're from the hood too, but you know, we're trying to get out, you know? We're not trying to portray that anymore. Yeah. We're trying to grow up. We're trying to glow up, and we're trying to get that bag. And so, you know, that's why I felt like this was a very important topic to talk about first, before I get into other things that I feel you need to know and you know, and work on and ask for, and how to negotiate with other brands, and the pros and cons of ambassadorships. What to ask for, what to look for, contracts, all that stuff. That is just way more.
It goes bigger than just nails. It goes,
oh my god. And you know what's so funny? When I first started, okay, like everything what I'm doing right now, last year I didn't want to do. I didn't think about doing any of it. And I didn't know that it wasn't just nails, because I was that girl who was like, dude, it's just nails. Oh man, I take that way back. I take that statement way back because I just couldn't believe the fandom, the whole
thing behind it.
Yes, and I am a very passionate creative, whether it's nails or video or content or filming, just there's a lot of things that I like to dive into. So I couldn't believe that I was so narrow-minded and thought like, it's just nails.
Right.
It's not. It's really not just nails, you know? And this is a whole ass business and you can make a whole lot of money, but you just gotta know where. And I understand there's a lot of people that are lost and don't know where to start. So that's what I want this channel to be, is a place to help you start, continue, and just never give up on yourself and like have hope. Have hope for the long run, the future, because there's just a lot of ways that you can make money.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe you're just a nail tech that just wants to be a nail tech, and that's okay too, because you know you don't know how to film or whatever, but there are other ways to do it even though you don't know how. Like I do offer like other videos to use your phone.
Yeah, you don't need anything crazy.
Yeah, because now it's all about doing videos and TikToks and reels.
In that direction.
Yeah, and I just like, even with all the YouTube videos out there, I feel like there's just not one particularly for what we do. And if there is, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I
don't really go on YouTube a lot. Just like on Instagram, I don't like to fill myself with other information, because then I feel like it fucks up with what I have planned, or you know what I mean? Like, so like if there's other people on YouTube that are offering you,
I would have to do another deep dive but at the beginning I used to spend a lot of time on YouTube and it was so hard to find, specifically like sculpting, so hard to find. So
there's one thing, and even if there's like Drea's Nails has some, and she's got some, and obviously
she is like the pioneer.
Yeah, she was the first one that I saw videos of that did sculpting, and I loved it. Should there be more? Hell yeah. Just because she's doing it doesn't mean you can't do it too. Okay, there's so much room for so many, that just don't be so shy. We want to promote more confidence here, okay? Like just, you know, like, do I feel confident being in front of the camera? Hell no. Without a filter? Hell no. But here I am. Still, it's just, even if I'm doing what I'm doing right now, if you feel like you can do it better, go look ahead. Like, it's okay. Like, do you hit me up, girl, if you want to collab? Like, just, it's okay.
And it doesn't have to be that. Like, oh, I could do it better. Well, no, I could just do it.
Yeah,
you can just do it.
I feel like a lot of people learn from other people and be like, okay, this is cool, but let me see if I can do it a little better, you know, because I felt like this place was missing something.
It's the same thing as nails.
And you're gonna start a YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah.
Have you started it yet? No. We're supposed to be promoting her here and she don't even have it, so there's no fucking link that I can post. But if she has a link by the time we leave here,
I'll make it today.
I'm gonna have it in the description below, okay?
I just started because I was gonna ask you some questions.
Oh my god, we're gonna start our YouTube channel today. But I welcome everybody to just spread their wings and fly, really, you know, because there's just so many things, and I love to help people. I get a lot of joy out of doing stuff like this. So yeah, I want to continue to do that on my channel. Pretty much from this video, I don't know if we really covered all the stuff that people said, but we understand your frustrations. We understand that you're just trying to make something, and I get that. And it's gonna upset you when you see that one girl who started before you do better than you and this and that. Like, there's gonna be all sorts of stuff. But I think we need to be just a little nicer to each other, because we're all going through something, and I feel like it's important to show a little compassion for one another. And also, if it is important to you, make sure you are also exuding that as well. And if you ever run into a situation like that, when someone takes something from you or like straight up claiming it, deal with it in a
compassionate way,
in a better professional way. Because if you want to be taken serious, you got to get serious. But this is one that I feel like we all as a whole just need to do better on. Put yourself in that situation. And if you're that person who just loves to take stuff from people and not give credit, trust me, we all know. We all know. We know who you are.
It's fine.
Yeah, and you are that person, and that's you. You go right ahead, boo. Like, you go right ahead and be you at all costs. You know what I mean? No matter the cost.
The person losing is me getting angry.
Yes. If you want to be the villain, go right ahead.
Be the villain.
Yeah, be the villain. Am I the villain? Fine. But I feel like even if 5 people see this video and understand what we're trying to say, we did our job. And just spread awareness to it and be a little nicer to people.
And as a last tidbit, as a beginner and just trying to like make ends meet, trying to make this a full-time job, you may just have to, that's what I did. I had to just copy paste.
Yeah.
That's what the clients wanted. There was no, oh, we should change this. No, I want this exact thing. And when people found out that I could to the T, like copy something, oh, it became like, oh, you can make this, you can make this. It was, I just did it because I need to pay my bills. Like I had to switch over jobs. Like it wasn't a creative thing for me, it was a job. I always gave credit, I always do my best. But it's definitely a hard habit to break. And B, it was hard comparing myself to people that have a lot more time on their hands. I'm over here working from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. wondering why I don't have original artwork, wondering why I can't come up with anything artistic myself, why I'm always copying other people's designs. And then Esther's here and she's got all the things and our lives are completely different. You know what I mean? Only now have I been able to transition my life to be more picky with clients that are more what would you call it, freestyles. Like, oh, do whatever you want. Only now, 2.5 years later, I can start being picky because I am figuring out ways to, like you said, there's so much income to be made.
I just started being picky this year. Like really, really picky this year. Last year, of course, and I would take in people because I gotta, you know, and I
gotta create something.
Yeah, and I don't have kids, so literally like on the weekends when I'm supposed to be taking time for family, I would be in here figuring out shit and trying to, you know, do other stuff. And it was only till last year in the fall where I was like, you know what? F this, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and if you like it, cool. And then people ended up liking it, and then that's obviously,
some people fall off, some people stick around.
Yeah, and I guess I did needed the little validation to make me feel better about the path that I was taking, but it was very helpful. But it definitely lit a fire under my ass, and why I'm here today, to let people know that just keep going. Like, there's so much out there, there's so much money to be made in other ways. Like, girl, I hate taking clients all day, every day. I'm like, dude, there's all this other stuff that you can do to make money, but the only thing is that, yeah, you're gonna have to take a step back in order to take 20 forward. And
it's a sacrifice, it's an investment, whether you see it in making money, spending money, or not making money because you're taking a step back from
it. Yeah, like days I literally had to not take in clients, which meant I was making way less money in order to do content, in order to play with other
set up cameras.
Yes, and just to do like the press-ons that I'll post and stuff, it takes me a while to do because
it's a production and you have to put it up and take it down.
Yeah.
So you can take a client next, tomorrow. You know, it's not like we have designated. We all start with a very little space, trying to make everything work, and that's how you can get picky, start expanding, and growing from there. The main takeaway is just give credit. It's not that hard.
Yeah, definitely. And just have a little more confidence in yourself. You got this, girl. Okay? So that pretty much ends our video. Thank you so much for being here. If we didn't cover anything, yell at us in the comments below.
Like, this made
we
no
will
sense.
do better. Yeah, if this made absolutely no sense, we're so sorry. But I feel like we got some points out there that are very important. And there goes my earring. Hold on.
It doesn't want to be part of the video.
That's why you don't show up at Shein. So yeah, so we hope we covered all the bases. If we didn't, I'm sorry. Go ahead and leave us some tips.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, some tips in the comments below and let us know how we did. We appreciate you guys for being here, and thank you again, Krista, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and I will see you on the next one.